hard-earned achievement, they've got you covered. From custom trophies and plaques to medals and awards, Crown Trophy will help you honor the moments that matter. Crown Trophy is proud to support our local high school athletics because building champions starts right here in our community. Visit Crown Trophy on Southwest Drive in Jonesboro or on Facebook. Crown Trophy, celebrate your victories with us.
Your specialty print and ship store is the Safe Ship Store in Jonesboro. Owner David Leonard wants to help you with all your shipping and printing needs, and they'll always give you the best customer service and highest quality product for the absolute lowest prices in town. So, when you need something packed and shipped, or when you need printed products, call the Safe Ship Store. Come in today to see all they have to offer. For the best customer service, quality, and prices, visit the Safe Ship Store. 2500 Alexander Drive, Suite C in Jonesboro. 870-333-5068.
Play It Again Sports wants to pay you money. Now that I have your attention, Play It Again Sports in Jonesboro wants to buy your used sports equipment. You heard me right. If you have something that's either outgrown or no longer being used, bring it to Play It Again Sports now. They're looking for youth and adult baseball and softball equipment, golf, weights and workout equipment, disc golf, you name it, Play It Again Sports can turn it into cash for you. Go by Play It Again Sports at the corner of Highland and Caraway in Jonesboro.
Now, your EAB Weather Center forecast on KBTM.
Sunny at 86 this afternoon. Still a chance of showers overnight, a low of 68. Chance of showers for Sunday as well with a high near 81. That's your forecast from your EAB Weather Center.
The following is a special sports presentation from the EAB Sports Network.
It's time for high school baseball on the EAB Sports Network. Today's broadcast is presented by NEA Baptist, First National Bank, Jonesboro Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, and the Kavanaugh Auto Group.
And we welcome you into Benton High School for the final day of the 5A state tournament here at Benton as we get set for the state semifinals between Valley View and Greene County Tech this afternoon here at Everett Field in Benton as we welcome you inside to our NEA Baptist broadcast position. NEA Baptist is healthcare for the next century, and enter in on the First National Bank pregame show where they put you first always. Valley View advancing here after a 15-6 win over Greenwood yesterday. They overcame a 4-run deficit after the top of the fourth inning and scored the final 13 runs in the game yesterday afternoon. And it was Owen Roach along with Jay Taylor who had big days. Both knocked in 2 runs, while Jackson Finley out of the bullpen had just 1 hit in 3 innings of relief. Was really good in relief out of the bullpen for Valley View yesterday. Meanwhile, for Greene County Tech, they got here after a 6-1 win over the tournament host Benton yesterday afternoon. They scored 2 in the first off of a double from Brody Ryan, got 2 in the second after a leadoff triple and 2 more in the 7th. Brody Ryan had 5 innings on the mound of 1-hit ball, allowed just 5 hits overall for Greene County Tech. This will be the 3rd matchup between these two this season. They met earlier this year in a 5A East Conference game, and today they'll meet for the right to go to Conway next weekend for the 5A State Championship. More to come as we continue along on the First National Bank pregame show from Benton right after this 3-minute timeout. This is the 5A State Tournament on the EAB Sports Network.
Dreamers, the ones they said would never make it, and the ones still trying. We're lifesavers, life changers, and those who bring life to your world. We're where compassion meets precision and empowerment meets innovation. An expert system of care where love abounds so that God can do the impossible. We're here when you need us most. We are NEA Baptist.
First National Bank's roots run deep in Northeast Arkansas. We began a single Paragould branch with one idea: customers first. By focusing on the best products banking has to offer and valuing the highest level of service, we're now 23 branches across Arkansas and Tennessee. As First National Bank grows, our roots only get deeper, and the mission remains the same. You first, always. Learn more about our products and services at fnbank.net. Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender.
Get huge savings now at every Kavanaugh dealership. Kavanaugh has a great selection of late model, low mileage, certified pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs. And most are still under factory warranty. We have every make and every model, so you're sure to find the vehicle you want. And when you buy at Kavanaugh, every new and used purchase comes with 1 year of free maintenance. Plus, we buy cars. Bring a vehicle, get a check. Come see us today at one of our dealerships or go to CavanaughCars.com.
The team at Jonesboro Orthopedics and Sports Medicine has been taking care of our local athletes for over 40 years. Now with 2 locations, including JOSM on Main and JOSM on Matthews inside St. Bernard's Health and Wellness Center. And now JOSM is offering a limited number of same-day appointments. Call 932-1820. Find them on Facebook and at JonesboroOrtho.com. Jonesboro Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, excelling in our field so you can excel on yours.
Need top-notch farming and lawn gear? Visit First Choice Farm and Lawn, your Kubota dealer in Brooklyn. We get your need for reliable equipment. That's why we offer precision Kubota machinery for any task. From seasoned farmers to green-thumbed homeowners, we are working to keep you working. Find your Kubota match at First Choice Farm and Lawn on Highway 49 in Brooklyn. Achieve your goals faster with our Kubota inventory and top-notch service. Call 870-790-2301 or drop by today. Your trusted Kubota dealer, First Choice Farm and Lawn.
Design the golf cart of your dreams with SS Custom Carts in Jonesboro. Hey y'all, it's Brandon Baxter for SS Custom Carts. And whether you want a golf cart for the greens or a family cart to cruise the neighborhood, SS Custom Carts has your dream cart covered. SS Custom Carts in Jonesboro is your one-stop shop for new golf carts, gently used golf carts, fully customized carts, parts, accessories, and service. Check out SS Custom Carts, 2321 East Matthews in Jonesboro and sscustomcarts.com.
Continuing along on the First National Bank pregame show, where they put you first always as we get set for Valley View and Greene County Tech in the 5A state semifinals here today from Benton, as this will be the first of a couple of games we'll see today. 3 5A East teams qualifying for the state semifinals this weekend in Benton, so that guarantees that at least one 5A East team will be in Conway next weekend for the Weekend of Champions. Now, one thing to note, the AAA did put out yesterday, they are going to release the start times and matchups by day at some point tomorrow morning. They are going to work around graduation schedules before we get the start times and the days of the games for the baseball, softball, and soccer tournaments next weekend in Conway. But today in the 5A state tournament, this look ahead is brought to you by Vision Care Center. Your road to excellent vision starts at Vision Care Center in Jonesboro, Paragould, and Pocahontas. After the conclusion of this one, Marion will be in action in the 5A state semifinals. The 3 seed out of the East taking on the 4 seed out of the Central in BB for the rights to go to Conway next weekend. And again, still don't know the day or time for that 5A state championship game, but it will be played in between Thursday and Saturday next week at the 5A state tournament. We'll take one final timeout, come back, get you caught up on the DNR Automotive starting lineups, and bring you that Poinset Turf Grass Company temperature on the turf after a 3-minute timeout. This is the 5A state tournament on the Ticket Radio Network.
Obesity and thyroid conditions have something in common. The nationally ranked pediatric diabetes and endocrinology team at Arkansas Children's excels at treating them all. In children's developing bodies, hormones affect everything from growth spurts to blood sugar. These physical conditions can impact mental health and self-esteem, which is why the care provided by Arkansas Children's treats the whole child. Learn more at archildrens.org/NEA.
It's a mix and match special now at all Northeast Arkansas Domino's Pizza locations. Choose any 2 for $6.99 each for carry-out or delivery. How about a medium 2-topping pizza, oven-baked sandwich, pasta in a tin, loaded tots, Domino's stuffed cheesy bread, bread twists, marble brownies, and so much more. Switch it up for lunch or dinner for the whole gang. The mix and match special with any 2 for only $6.99 each for carry-out or delivery. Only at your Northeast Arkansas area Domino's Pizza locations.
Thank you to our Glensane family. Thank you for taking us with you for those long days and late nights that often go unnoticed. Thank you for helping make kids' dreams become realities while guiding them to become future leaders. Thank you for going the extra mile, caring for the kids, and treating them like your very own. Thank you to our educators for choosing Glensane for 70 years.
At Farmers and Merchants Bank, we're not just a bank, we're a part of your community. That's why we're dedicated to being the neighbors who are in your corner right here in Arkansas. Whether you're saving for a new home, planning for your future, or managing your everyday finances, Farmers and Merchants Bank has the friendly local knowledge and personalized services to help you reach your goals. Farmers and Merchants Bank, in your corner, supporting the community we all call home. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Have you ever heard the saying, 2 wrongs don't make a right? Well, when it comes to your internet service, 1 wrong is already too many. Wrong price, wrong speeds, wrong company. Come on, you deserve better. With Empower Broadband, you get local, affordable, and fast internet that never lets you down. Visit us at empowerbroadband.com or call 870-336-0999 to right the wrongs by choosing your favorite local internet company. Empower, delivered by Craighead Electric.
Brooklyn High School Athletics is brought to you by Gateway Tire and Service Center and Toyo Tires. Where there's always one thing you can count on, we go the distance for you. Before you hit the road for a trip across country or across town, drop by Gateway Tire and Service Center and check out the great deals on Toyo Tires. Whether it's tires or auto repair, you can always count on one thing. At Gateway Tire and Toyo Tires, we go the distance for you. At Gateway Tire in Jonesboro, we go the distance for you.
Continuing along on the First National Bank pregame show, where they put you first always, as we get you caught up with the Poinsett Turf Grass Company. Temperature on the turf, anywhere, anytime, any season. Poinsett Turf Grass is harvesting and installing sod all year long. Visit poinsetturfgrass.com. Perfect afternoon for baseball after a couple of overcast days to begin the 5A state tournament. Right now it's 82 degrees and sunshine. Could get close to 90 by the time this game is over with this afternoon. And that temperature on the turf is brought to you by Poinsett Turf Grass Company. We'll take one final 3-minute timeout, come back, get you caught up with the starting lineups and first pitch coming up after this. This is the 5A state tournament on the EAB Sports Network.
This is Keith Baird with the Baird Auto Group. There's nothing that brings our communities together like high school sports. No matter what the scoreboard says, it's a winning feeling just to be a part of it. At Baird, we want you to have the feeling anytime you come into one of our dealerships. Good credit, bad credit, no problem. Don't buy anywhere else until you shop at Baird location near you. Don't get a bad deal, get a Baird deal. Because why pay more?
Saving service, great selection too. Baird does it all for you.
Evolve Bank and Trust offers a variety of residential and consumer loans, specializing in unique products and services while providing individualized customer service designed to fit your needs. Whether you're buying your first home, a new car, or building your dream home, Evolve Bank and Trust has the personal loan products you need to realize your dreams today. Call Evolve Bank and Trust at 870-933-2480. Stop in to see them at 111 East Huntington Suite A or visit them online at getevolve.com. Evolve Bank and Trust, making banking personal again. Evolve Bank and Trust. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Bring in a savings from More Air Conditioning. If you've been waiting to replace your air conditioning system, get our best deal of the season. For a limited time, get a rebate for up to $1,500 and no payments for up to 6 months with approved financing. Plus, qualify for federal tax credits of up to $2,000. That's up to $3,500 in savings and no payments for 6 months. Visit us online at moreac.com.
You deserve more. Don't settle for less.
See Placid Tire Service for the right tire at the right price right now. Placid Tire Service is the area's biggest selection of in-stock tires at the lowest price. While others are searching for tires to order, we'll get you fixed up with a great set of tires and back on the road in no time with our 4 tires, 1 hour guarantee. Plus, we make the purchase easy on your budget with our Placid Tire Service card or no credit needed financing options. For the right tire at the right price right now, the choice is easy. That's Placid Tire Service.
First Security is about more than great banking. Yes, we provide the financial expertise, digital tools, and everything else you need when you need it. But we also go all in on local support with friendly professionals, plus convenient locations all across the state. Because we believe personal banking is better banking. Visit fsbank.com for details. That's fsbank.com for friendly local banking with First Security. Bank better. Member FDIC.
Hey y'all, it's Brandon Baxter, and I want to let you know about my friends at Cleanway Restoration and Construction. You see, disasters don't happen when it's convenient, whether it's a fire, a flood, or a tornado. When it damages your home, it upsets everything about your life. Cleanway comes in and does the cleanup, and they can lay your floors, replace your cabinets, and fix or replace walls. So remember, when an inconvenient disaster comes your way, think Cleanway Restoration and Construction. Let Cleanway restore your home and restore your life. Find out more at cleanwayrestoration.com.
You're listening to Northeast Arkansas's news and information station. 102.1 FM, 1230 AM, KBTM, Jonesboro.
Continuing along on the First National Bank pregame show where they put you first always, as it's time to take a look at those starting lineups brought to you by DNR Automotive with 2 locations in Jonesboro. Visit DNR Automotive where it's done right every time. First off for Greene County Tech, they'll start out the shortstop Luke Kinsella. Batting leadoff, he's followed by Sid Palma, the left fielder. Then it's Cannon Ring, the catcher, who will bat third. Jude Stewart, the first baseman, is the cleanup hitter, followed by the right fielder, Brody Ryan. Then it's Hayden Jackson, the DH, who will bat sixth. Tucker Beasley, the third baseman, batting seventh, followed by Keaton Watson, the second baseman. And then it's Reason Scott, the center fielder, that rounds out the lineup. Brooks Robinson on the mound this afternoon for GCT. Meanwhile, for Valley View, Drew Gartman gets the start at shortstop. He'll bat leadoff, followed by Owen Roach, the right fielder. Then it's Keaton Mathis, the catcher, batting third. Levi Martin, the starting pitcher this afternoon, will bat fourth, followed by Noah Ragsdale at second. Jade Taylor out in center. Then it's Parker King, the left fielder, batting seventh. Then it's Madden Tatum, the DH, batting eighth. And Cannon Driscoll, the third baseman, rounding out the lineup this afternoon for Valley View. Luke Cancilla will stand in to lead us off here in the top of the first inning. First pitch to Cancilla is in there for a called strike. First pitch of the game brought to you by Farmers and Merchants Bank, a leader at ag lending for over 75 years. And this top of the first inning is brought to you by Jonesboro Acoustical and Drywall, making your home look and sound like a champ. Quickly 0-2 on the count to Luke Cancilla. Levi Martin on the mound this afternoon for Valley View. He's pitched 18 2/3 innings. This is the 6th start he's had of the year and gets a swing and a miss. Strike three. It's a strikeout of Luke Cancilla to begin the game, and there's one gone. Going back to Martin, his 6th start of the year for Valley View. He's given up 21 hits, 13 runs, only 10 have been earned. He's walked in, struck out 20, and right now is a 3.75 ERA with a 1.6 whip for Valley View. Next to bat for GCT is Sid Palma, the left fielder. Palma fouls this one off and gets out of play. Just underway here in the top of the first inning. Glad you're with us from Meridian A Baptist broadcast position at Benton. First pitch this afternoon was right at 12. There's a hard hit ball back up the middle, just to the left of the pitcher Levi Martin, who had to step out of the way. And Sid Palma reaches first with a single to provide Greene County Tech a one-out base runner here. Brings up Cannon Ring, the catcher. Ring batting from the right side. In yesterday's game was 0 for 3 with a walk for GCT in the state quarterfinals. On Friday went 0 for 3 as well with a strikeout. First pitch misses low and inside, 73 miles an hour on the breaking ball there. 1 ball, no strikes to count. To the GCT catcher, Cannon Ring. GCT in the green uniforms this afternoon. From the belter comes the 1-0 pitch, misses downstairs. The green batting helmets with a white outline, green jerseys, white lettering, and white pants. Green. Meanwhile, for Valley View, blue caps with the VV logo in yellow. The yellow jerseys with blue numbers and white pants. Valley View, the home team on the scoreboard. The 1 seed out of the East. GCT, the 4 seed out of the East, as the 2-0 pitch is chopped foul down the third base line. 2 balls and a strike goes the count here to Cannon Ring. Winner moving on to Conway next week to play for a 5A state championship. Valley View looking to make it back-to-back after winning last year's state title. 2-1 pitch misses downstairs. 3 balls and a strike to Cannon Ring. Runner at first, 1 gone here in the top of the first inning. Martin comes set from the belt, kicks, fires, and it's a walk. Cannon Ring, a 5-pitch walk there. He'll take his base. Sid Palma will advance to second. So they're at first and second here for the first baseman, Jude Stewart. Stewart, a left-handed hitter, with a chance for an RBI opportunity here. Went 1 for 3 in the game on Thursday. And in yesterday's game was 0 for 4, struck out in all 4 plate appearances in that 6-1 win for Greene County Tech yesterday. Eagles won in the pitcher's duel on Tuesday, 2-1 over Lakeside. Jude Stewart pitched 6 innings of 1-run ball. Here's the first pitch here. The misses outside to Stewart. He struck out 8 in that game, only allowed 4 hits. Keaton Watson ultimately drove in the winning run with an RBI single in the 4th inning. And then yesterday it was a 6-1 win over Benton. Pitching has been good for GCT so far in this state tournament. 1-0 pitch misses outside here to the first baseman, Jude Stewart. Actually, a called strike on the outside corner. 1 ball, 1 strike to count. Late strike call there. Runners at first and second, 1 gone here in the top of the first inning. Martin fires in the 1-1 offering, swung on and missed. Behind on the breaking ball there. And Martin moves ahead of the count, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Stewart, a couple of practice digs, now steps back in from the left side. Here comes the 1-2 offering with runners on first and second. Here it comes, a swing and a miss. Got him chasing on the dropping curveball there. Stewart goes down on strikes. And there are 2 gone here in the top of the first inning. So it'll bring up the right fielder, Brody Ryan. Right-handed hitting Ryan stands in with runners on first and second. Both outs in this inning come via the punch-out. Cancilla striking out to begin the frame. Jude Stewart just striking out. Here's the first offering. Swung on and fouled back. Brody Ryan just a bit behind on that. No balls and a strike goes the count. Ryan in yesterday's game drove in 2 of GCT's 6 runs. Had a double to get him on the board in the first inning. Went 1 for 3 in the game. Here comes the 0-1 pitch. The 0-1 is driven foul. Just beyond that third base dugout. Going to bounce onto the concourse area in between baseball and football stadiums. Balls, 2 strikes the count to Brody Ryan. Ryan digs back in, slowly moving the bat back and forth on that right shoulder. Check on the runner over at second. Now Martin readies from the mound. The 0-2 comes in a bit too close inside. A ball and 2 strikes. 77 miles an hour on the breaking ball there. And Martin misses inside. A ball and 2 strikes is the count. Martin checks on both runners, comes set from the belt. Here comes the 1-2. It gets away. Both runners are going to advance on the wild pitch. So both in scoring position here with 2 outs for GCT, and it's gone from 0-2 to 2-2 on Brody Ryan. This hit to the outfield could give Greene County Tech a 2-0 lead for the second consecutive day. Got 2 across in the first inning yesterday and a chance to do the same here. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Here comes the 2-2. This is sawed off and foul. Ryan just did catch up to that and was able to foul it off right near the on-deck circle, first base sign. So keeps the count even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Comes the 2-2 offering. This is hit out to straightaway center field. Coming in on the run and making the grab is Jade Taylor, and the 2-out threat does not come to pass. No runs, 2 hits, a couple left on for Greene County Tech in the top of the first inning. Valley View coming up here at the bottom of the first from the 5A state tournament.
Planning another law attorney, Chad Oldham. More and more often today, I hear clients tell me that the only thing golden about the golden years is that it takes all the gold to grow old. Don't be a victim of rising healthcare and nursing home costs. Be prepared. Have a plan. Contact us today to find out how we help our clients protect and preserve assets for family and future generations. The Oldham Law Firm, 603 Southwest Drive in Jonesboro, or visit us on the web at oldhamlawfirm.com.
Ship anything, anywhere at your #1 shipping source, Pack Mail in Jonesboro. Here's Pack Mail Tim to tell us more.
We are the experts at finding solutions for even the most demanding shipping situations, and our experienced staff can help you choose the best option. So if you need to go to the post office, then FedEx, or all the way out to UPS terminal, and then get that international shipment to DHL, you can do it all in one fast, convenient, and friendly place. Pack Mail.
361 Southwest Drive in Jonesboro. Ship anything, anywhere today at Pack Mail.
To the bottom of the first we go. It's brought to you by Prestige Heating and Cooling. Prom Professional Prestige. Visit them on Facebook and call 870-586-355. Valley View, 1, 2, and 3. It's Garmin, Roach, and Mathis to up here in the bottom of the first inning. And we'll work in a ASU Newport State Tournament scoreboard as we go throughout the bottom of the first as well. Scoreboard update brought to you by ASU Newport with campuses in Newport, Jonesboro, and Mark Tree. Summer and fall registration is underway now at asun.edu. Drew Gartman leading things off here for Valley View. 480 hitter on the year at OPS. North of 1,100, slugging a little over 580 as well. Stands in here as the first batter to face Brooks Robinson. First pitch here to Gartman, and it's a called strike on the bottom part of the zone. Going over some scores from yesterday. Valley View a 15-6 winner over Greenwood. Meanwhile, GCT a 6-1 winner over Benton. It was Marion in the thriller, a 7-5 winner over Van Buren. And then last night, BB, a 3-2 winner over Sheridan to set up the state semifinal tonight between Marion and BB. State tournament scoreboard brought to you by ASU Newport. 0-2 the count here to Drew Gartman. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Gartman lays off of a high fastball. Came in letter high there. 1 ball, 2 strikes, the count to the Valley View shortstop. Gartman in yesterday's game started 0-2, but then reached base in his last 3 plate appearances. And this one runs inside and hits him. Tried to duck out of danger, but it clipped him. And Gartman will head down to first and provide Valley View a leadoff base runner here in the bottom of the first after the HBP. So it'll bring up the right fielder, Owen Roach. Batting right around 400. 1,100 OPS on the year for Roach. Roach was able to get on base 4 times yesterday, twice via an error, and then had a couple of RBI singles in the 5th and 6th innings yesterday. Here's the first pitch to Roach. Drives this out to right field, but in foul territory, and it's going to drop out there at no man's land. Saw the Greene County Tech right fielder Brody Ryan along with the second baseman Keaton Watson and first baseman Jude Stewart all come running towards it, but it dropped in between the 3. For strike 1, the at-bat here to Owen Roach. Runner on first is Drew Gartman, who got clipped by the pitch in his first plate appearance. Counts 0-1 here to Owen Roach. Roach The bat moving slowly back and forth off the right shoulder. Now a throw down to first, and the runner able to slide back in safely. Roach. Here comes the 0-1 pitch. That runs inside and hits Roach. So back-to-back HBPs have put runners at first and second here. And Brooks Robinson, the starter for GCT, a little out of sorts to begin the game, as now it's Keaton Mathis, the catcher, who will stand in next for Valley View. Mathis, around a 400 hitter for the year. On base north of 460, slugging just north of 600. Mathis got on base 3 times in yesterday's game, and a single in both the first and third innings, drove in a run with a sacrifice fly back in the fourth, and then walked in the fifth inning. Here's the first pitch to Keaton Mathis, misses low for ball 1. Drew Gartman on a 2-2 count with an HPP. Owen Roach just getting hit by the pitch, and so Valley View has some traffic on the bases without having a ball put into play. 1 ball, no strikes. The pitch comes in and the misses low to Keaton Mathis. Moves the count to 2-0 here. Robinson getting set for pitch number 9 of the inning. Checks on the runner, comes set from the belt. Hit out on a line into center field. That's going to be caught out there in center. Not deep enough to advance the runners. It'll go as an L8 for Keaton Mathis on the liner to center field. And Drew Gartman, Owen Roach both staying put. Hit to medium depth center field there. And immediately the throw came in from Kaysen Scott. First out of the inning, and now it brings in the starting pitcher, Levi Martin. Martin, a .340 hitter this year. First pitch to Martin on the way. That nearly ran inside of him, ducked out of the way of it. Martin had an RBI credited to him yesterday on a pop-up that he hit to the shallow part of the outfield, where Valley View was able to score a run from third. Reached on a fielder's choice in the second as well. There's a chopper towards third, but foul. 1 ball, 1 strike to count. Here to Levi Martin, able to work out a little bit of trouble in that top of the first inning. Gave up a single and a walk with 1 out, and then a strikeout of the fly out into the inning for Greene County Tech after. 1 ball, 1 strike. Here comes the pitch, and just foul down the first base line. Took a bounce in fair territory, but drifted foul by the time it reached that first base bag. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Now the count to Levi Martin. Perfect afternoon for baseball. Really the first time all week that hasn't been overcast conditions for most of the game. Sun's out in the mid-80s. Valley View with runners on first and second here with 1 gone. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. There's a ground ball hit to short. They'll try for the lead runner at third, and he's out at third. So rather than go for a potential double play there, Greene County Tech elects to get the lead runner at third. It'll go as a fielder's choice for Levi Martin. It goes 6-5 on that fielder's choice. They get Gartman. Roach to second, Martin to first. And now it's Noah Ragsdale, the second baseman, that will stand in. So Ragsdale standing in. It's a final chance here for Valley View. .340 hitter this year. Just over a 400 on base percentage. OPS just south of 1,000. Here's the first pitch to Ragsdale, and he lays off of one that's in the turf. Ragsdale in yesterday's game reached base 3 times. officially 1 for 2 with an HBP and a walk, had a single in the third inning, and provided 2 runs off the HBP and the walk yesterday. 1-0 pitch on the way, and it misses outside on the slider there. 2 balls, no strikes the count. Noah Ragsdale. Runners at first and second here for Valley View. In the bottom of the first. And they've gotten them on base without getting a hit. 2 HBPs and then a fielder's choice. Here comes the 2-0 pitch, swung on and missed. Went chasing for one, a little bit below the zone. Comes up empty, 2 balls and a strike the counts. Robinson checks on the runner. Now comes center the 2-1 and misses outside. Just above belt high, but well outside for ball 3. We'll see if Noah Ragsdale can try and draw the first walk of the game for Valley View. Potentially load the bases here on 3-1. Here's the 3-1 offering. Ragsdale. That's that foul. We'll get out of play behind the press box here. So it runs the count full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Here to Noah Ragsdale. Bottom of the first with runners on first and second. Robinson from the belt comes set. Here comes the full count pitch. And he fouls it back off the netting behind home. So we'll do the full count all over again. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Good battle here by Noah Ragsdale to extend the inning with runners on first and second. Here comes the 3-2 offering. Ragsdale hits this on a line to short. It kicks off the glove of the shortstop. 1 run, maybe 2, is going to come across to score. Rounding second and stopping there is Noah Ragsdale. 2 runs come across to score, and Valley View takes a 2-0 lead here in the bottom of the first. Hit pretty hard out to short there, and Luke Cancilla. And Cancilla, as he was trying to bend down and glove it, had it kick off of his glove. It goes as an error on Cancilla. So both of those runs are going to wind up being unearned for Brooks Robinson. It's an E6 for Noah Ragsdale to reach. Roach and Martin come across to score. And Ragsdale standing at second off of the error out at shorts. And Jade Taylor next to bat for Valley View. Center fielder stands in from the right side. Swing and get a miss behind on the 87-mile-an-hour pitch there at the bottom of the zone. And balls and a strike the counts to the 6-hole hitter Taylor. Valley View in front 2-0. After an error, allowed 2 runs to come across and score. Swing, get a miss. Again behind on the fastball there. No balls, 2 strikes the count to the center fielder, Jade Taylor. Runner at second is Noah Ragsdale. But Taylor down to the count, 0-2. Here's the pitch. That's it to second base. Fielded off 2 bounces there at second. Throw to first is in time for the putout of Jade Taylor. But Valley View, off a GCT mishap, gets 2 runs across in the bottom of the first. And after 1 complete here at Benton, our score is Valley View 2 and GCT 0. This is the 5A State Baseball Tournament on the EAB Sports Network.
Demo's Smokehouse Barbecue on Johnson at Hilltop and on Main Street across from Jonesboro High School. Now, I'm from Memphis and I know barbecue, but there are people from Memphis that travel to Jonesboro to sample, taste, and enjoy Demo's Barbecue. No kidding, they come from Memphis, so no need to go anywhere else. Right here, the best barbecue is at Demo's. Any of the ribs, any of the plates, you can enjoy it all at Demo's Smokehouse Barbecue. My mouth is watering.
Whether you're replacing an old appliance or remodeling your whole kitchen, the appliances you need are right around the corner with GE Appliances at Tucker's Appliance Superstore in Jonesboro. Shop timeless designs and time-saving features on the appliances that are built to last in the busiest homes. Visit Tucker's Appliance today and upgrade your home your way with GE Appliances and your local experts. Shop Tucker's Appliance today and save.
Tucker's Appliance.
To the top of the second inning we go, brought to you by Big Time Roofing and Gutters. Don't wait until it's raining in the living room. Get it fixed the right way. It'll be Hayden Jackson, the DH, due up next. 6, 7, and 8 in the order. This top of the second. First pitch here to Hayden Jackson, the DH, misses high for ball one. 1 ball, no strikes, the count. When no offering on the way. Jackson lays off, but it's in there for strike one. 1 ball, 1 strike goes the count. To the Greene County Tech designated hitter, just underway in the top of the second. Valley View leading it 2-0. Jackson lays off of another one. This one misses below the zone for ball 2. 2 balls and a strike to count. Levi Martin in his second inning of work on the mound here for Valley View. Here comes the 2-1 offering, and it's in there for strike 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Through ball there that wasn't offered at. Count moves to 2-2. Martin set from the chest, kicks, fires. That curveball misses low and inside for ball 3. Runs the count full at 3 balls and 2 strikes. Jackson yesterday was 0 for 3 in that 6-1 win over Benton. Stands in here with a full count. The 3-2 pitch is in out to second base. Throw over to first is in plenty of time. Jackson kind of stumbled out of the box and really didn't regain his footing until it was well too late. He didn't even attempt to run down to the first base bag, just ran back to the dugout after losing his footing there. So it's a ground ball put out, 4-3 on the put out, and Tucker Beasley, the third baseman, is due up next. First pitch here to Beasley. This is outside for ball 1. Kind of a weird play there where Jackson just lost his footing and kind of falling down, got back up, and then knew he was not going to have any chance to get to first. And about a quarter of the way down the line, just ran back to the GCT dugout, bat in hand. 1 ball, 1 strike to count Tucker Beasley as he fouls this pitch away. Martin, the glove above his face, now comes in with the 1-1 offering, just missed low and outside for ball 2. 2 balls and a strike. To the third baseman, Beasley. Base is empty, just underway in the top of the second inning. Valley View leads it 2-0 as the pitch gets away. 3 balls and a strike over the reach of the catcher, Keaton Mathis, who had tried to leap up and grab it. But the count moves to 3 balls and a strike here to Beasley. Here's the 3-1 offering on the way. Check swing and foul. Just to the left of that Valley View dugout. So it runs the count full at 3 balls and 2 strikes. Martin from the belt fires in the full count pitch, and it misses outside, so it's a 1-out base runner here for Greene County Tech as Tucker Beasley will take his base at first. And it's the second baseman, Keaton Watson, who will stand in next for Greene County Tech. Watson standing in from the right side. He was 1 for 3 with a run batted at the end of the run scored in yesterday's 6-1 win over Benton. Puts a charge into that, out into left field, but right to the left fielder, Parker King. Had to take about 2 steps in, but was right on the line towards King, and he makes the grab for out number 2 here in the top of the second inning. So it sends up the center fielder, Kaysen Scott. Scott standing in from the right side. Runner on first, and 2 gone. The 9-hole hitter for GCT, getting the start at center this afternoon. Scott moving the bat slowly back and forth off his right shoulder, shows bunt, pulls it back. It takes strike 1 anyways. Scott was 1 for 3 yesterday with a run scored. win over Benton. Back on Thursday was 0-3 in that 2-1 win. Time is gone, so step outs. He wants to get on base. We go back to the top of the lineup with Luke Cancilla next. The ball is 1 strike to count to Kason Scott. Pitch number 35 upcoming for Levi Martin, and it's called strike on the outside edge. 0-2 goes the counts to the center fielder, Scott. Beasley, the runner at first. He drew a 1-out walk, takes his lead ahead of the 0-2 offering. Martin dangles the right arm, now has the side, comes set from the belt. Here comes the 0-2 pitch, and the 0-2 is lunged down and fouled off the roof of the stands along that first base line. So Scott stays alive. No balls, 2 strikes, the count. Valley View will have 7, 8, and 9 due up in the order here in the bottom of the inning. Here comes the 0-2 pitch, and it's swung on and missed. Went chasing for a curveball that dropped in the turf. A swinging strikeout for Kason Scott to end the top half of the second inning. Greene County Tech, no runs, no hits, 1 left on. We go to the bottom of the second. Our score is Valley View 2 and GCT 0. This is the 5A State Baseball Tournament on the EAB Sports Network.
Since 1997, First Community Bank has understood the importance of community banking and the many roles we play in empowering our local communities. We were founded on the principle of putting community first. 25 years later, this still holds true because there's value in being part of a community. Each of our neighbors play an integral role. It's why we work really hard to support you. We are proud to continue serving you. First Community Bank, where community comes first. Member FDIC.
Jonesboro and Northeast Arkansas are right on the verge with overwhelming sales, and you'll find them at your Central dealerships, overtaking Memphis and Little Rock. The Central dealerships are leading the way. Central Chevy, Central Buick, Central Toyota, Central Ford, and Central Nissan. Central dealerships are your home of meet or beat pricing, so don't waste your time. Stop into any of the 5 Central dealerships for the best deals of the month, and online at centralcts.com.
To the bottom of the second we go, brought to you by Focus Bank, delivering experience, service, and technology since 1931. Visit focusbank.com. 7, 8, and 9 due up in the order for Valley View. It's Parker King, the left fielder that's first to bat. He'll be followed by Madden Tatum and then Cannon Driscoll. First pitch here to Parker King, and it's in there for strike 1, the bottom part of the zone. King, a .333 hitter with an on base of around .440 this year. And yesterday's 9-run win over Greenwood. There's a chopper that goes foul down the third base line, but in yesterday's 9-run win over Greenwood, King, big day at the plate, reached base safely in all 4 plate appearances, had a bunt single in the second, had a triple and a run scored to the fourth, was hit by a pitch and scored a run to the fifth, and then another bunt single in the second, but he strikes out here on 0-2, comes up empty, a big swing but misses, and it's out number 1 here in the bottom half of the second. So now it's the DH, Madden Tatum. Tatum right around a .270 hitter. On base just south of .420 this year. Stands in here with the bases empty and 1 gone in the bottom half of the second. Tatum reached base safely 3 times in yesterday's game. He singled in the second, walked and scored in the fourth, then had a bunt single and scored in the 5th inning yesterday for Valley View. Left-handed hitter stands in and looks at a first pitch strike right down the middle at 86 miles an hour from Brooks Robinson. Tatum falls down on the count 0-1. Valley View 25 wins on the year. the one pitch misses low for ball one. Yesterday was the 8th straight year that they'd advanced to at least the quarterfinals in the state tournament. Looking to make their 9th appearance in a state final with a win this afternoon. Here comes the 1-1 pitch, driven out to straightaway center field. On the run, diving, it won't be caught. Rounding first, headed for second is Madden Tatum. Now the ball gets away. Tatum trying to go to third. That throw gets away. Tatum is going to go around to score for a Little League home run. Madden Tatum puts a run on the board for Valley View. He officially going to be credited as a double with 2 throwing errors for Madden Tatum. But he does come across to score and provide a run for Valley View here in the bottom of the 2nd inning. So it was a double, and believe. It was a diving grab, attempted a diving grab by Kason Scott there in center field, and it was just out of his reach. But then the throw came in a little bit wide, which allowed Tatum to take an extra base at third. The throw to third got away, which allowed him to score. And now another error committed as Cannon Driscoll grounds to the shortstop, but the throw comes in low to the first baseman, Jude Stewart. So it'll go as an E6 for Cannon Driscoll to reach. So a double and 2 throwing errors that allowed Madden Tatum to come around and score. And now another error that allowed Cannon Driscoll to reach first base. As we go back to the top of the lineup here for Valley View in the bottom of the 2nd. They lead it 3-0 now. And it's Drew Gartman to stand in next. Just credited 1 error on the run that was scored by Madden Tatum. So now 3 errors for Greene County Tech. Noah Ragsdale reached out of the error in the 1st inning. Tatum got on with the double, then scored off the error. And now Cannon Driscoll just reaching on another error by GCT. And I think the only error was the throw to third. Now the throw that did allow Tatum to advance from 2nd to 3rd did come in a little bit wide. But the throw to third just completely sailed away into the front of the Valley View dugout. So crazy start to this bottom of the 2nd after a strikeout from Parker King. Things just starting to unravel a bit for Greene County Tech. They've allowed a run. Now Driscoll standing at first, and it's Drew Gartman who stands in here, rips one out to center field for a base hit. They'll be at 1st and 2nd for Valley View after the single by Gartman. So Gartman has been on base in both his first 2 plate appearances, an HBP in the 1st, now a single here, and there's runners at 1st and 2nd for Valley View. For Owen Roach. Roach, 400 hitter this year. On base of around 500, slugging just north of 600. Having a great year at the plate and a chance to add on to a 3-0 advantage here for the Blazers. First pitch to Roach, and misses low for ball 1, 1 ball, no strike on the 83-mile-an-hour pitch. Now Robinson readies with the next offering. Jammed him a bit. That's caught at first. Runners retreating back safely. So got Roach to pop it up to first, and Jude Stewart for the 2nd out here in the bottom of the 2nd. And now Keaton Mathis will stand in as final hope for Valley View. The runners at 1st and 2nd. Mathis 2nd on the team this year in batting average, batting 400. On base plus slugging north of 1,000. Lined it out to center field at his first plate appearance. First pitch here, fouls it back off the screen behind home. 0-1 the count to Mathis. He is the 6th batter for Valley View. And Brooks Robinson, going to be a frustrating day on the mound for GCT. He's given up 3 runs, but all 3 have been unearned runs. All 3 have come via errors. And now the pitch gets away, and this will go as a wild pitch, allowing both runners to advance. Gartman to second, Driscoll to third. So now a base hit can make this a 5-0 game here in the bottom of the second. Counts even to the ball and a strike to Keaton Mathis. Mathis, a couple of practice swings as he digs back in here. Here comes the 1-1, puts a charge into it, but just a bit out in front to foul it out of play. For Valley View, they are to hold on and win today. It would be their fifth straight appearance in the state championship game. Before 2021, they had not made an appearance since 2009. Looking to make it 5 in a row today. Ground ball hit to second, scooped up there. Throw to first is in time. 4-3 on the putout of Keaton Mathis. So Valley View strands a couple of runners on, but they get one run across in the bottom of the second off of an error. One run, a couple of hits, a couple left on. And after two complete, our score is Valley View 3 and GCT 0. This is the 5A State Baseball Tournament on the EAB Sports Network.
Hands of people you can trust. Forest Office Machines, your authorized Sharp Document Systems dealer in Jonesboro.
This is Barry Forrest. My family's been taking care of equipment needs of businesses just like yours since 1965. I would love to work for you today.
Put your daily office routines in the hands of people you can trust. Forest Office Machines, your authorized Sharp Document System dealer at 1005 G Street in Jonesboro, 932-7852. Call Forest Office Machines today.
No matter what the season, it's always a great time to go to Wings to Go. Whether it's football, whether it's basketball, whether it's baseball, whether it's wrestling, whether it's anything, the wings, the salads, the hamburgers, everything they have at Wings to Go is always flavorful and it's always ready. All that has to happen is you come down and enjoy them. Happy winging from Wings to Go.
At Benton as we welcome you back inside to Renegade Baptist broadcast position, where we go to the top of the third inning. It's brought to you by Jonesboro Sports Cards and Memorabilia at 424 Southwest Drive in Jonesboro, where every sports fan's dream comes to life. One run bottom of the second for Valley View. Madden Tatum started it off with a double and then came around to score after a throwing error allowed him to reach home safely. Cannon Driscoll got on after an error was committed by the first baseman Jude Stewart on a throw from Cancilla off a ground ball. Drew Gartman got on with a single, so there were runners at second and third after a wild pitch, but Keaton Mathis grounded out 4-3 to end the inning. So Valley View left a couple of stranded, but they have a 3-run lead to start us off here in the top of the third inning, and it'll be 1, 2, and 3 due up in the order for Greene County Tech. Luke Cancilla, the shortstop, to lead it off. First pitch to Cancilla, hangs in there for strike one. Ball's one strike to count. Levi Martin beginning his third inning of work. Here's the 0-1 pitch, and this is downstairs, scooped up by Keaton Mathis, backstop. One ball, one strike to count. Here comes the 1-1 pitch, swung on and missed. Got him chasing on the 76-mile-an-hour curveball well out in front of it. And it's a ball and 2 strikes now the count. The shortstop, Cancilla. 1-2 on the way, and this is low. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Martin making his 6th start of the year this afternoon. Here's the 2-2 pitch. 2-2 is lined to short and caught there by Drew Gartman. Took a couple of steps over to his left and able to grab it in midair for the first out of the inning. Lined out by Cancilla, and it'll send up the left fielder, Sid Palma. Palma singled back in the first, but then got stranded at third. First pitch to Palma here. Check swing foul down the first base line. Mentioned Levi Martin And a good year for Valley View. He's only given up 13 runs, 20 on the season as the 0-1 pitch is in there at the bottom part of the zone. No balls, 2 strikes. Has struck out 20. And only 10 of those 13 runs that he's given up have been earned. Has a 3.75 ERA on the year. 0-2 pitch misses. Low and outside for ball 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes the count. To Sid Palma. Palma slowly moving the bat back and forth off the right shoulder as the 1-2 curve hangs in there, throws him up, strike 3, and there's 2 gone here in the top of the 3rd. So it brings up Cannon Ring, the catcher. Ring walked and made it to second before the inning ended in the top of the 1st inning. Stands in here with the bases empty, 2 gone at the top of inning number 3. Martin comes set from the belt. First pitch swung on and missed. Got him chasing that curveball. Got a lot of swing and miss on that pitch today. That one came in at 75 miles an hour. And Ring down to the count 0-1. There's the 0-1 offering. Ring checked his swing, but it's in there anyways, the top part of the zone for strike 2. No balls, 2 strikes the count. See if Martin goes back to that curveball that's got the swing and miss so many times this afternoon. Here on 0-2, here it comes, and misses inside for ball 1. Low and inside, 1 ball, 2 strikes, the count down to Cannon Ring. Shift is on to the left for that Valley View infield. 1-2 pitch on the way. It's skied up and fouled back. One ball, 2 strikes the count. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. Grounder towards third and will get foul. Yeah, shift to the left here, so nobody in that usual second baseman spot. So that right side of the infield is wide open for Cannon Ring. He's down to the count here, a ball and 2 strikes. Martin fires in the 1-2. It's away a bit, and Ring lays off. 2 balls, 2 strikes goes the count. Ring is to get on. Jude Stewart is in the on-deck circle right now for GCT. Here's the 2-2 pitch, and it's foul. Ring late on that, able to chop it foul down the third base line and stay alive. Pitch number 54 of the game about to come up for Levi Martin. On 2-2, here it comes. This is hit foul and going to get out of play into the dugout area next to first base dugout where Greene County Tech resides. So keeps the count even at 2 balls and 2 strikes here to Cannon Ring. Martin ready with the next offering, trying to come with the curve, but it misses high. Ring had to duck out of danger. Count runs full, 3 balls, 2 strikes, base is empty, top of the 3rd. Valley View leads it 3-0. Ring looking to provide GCT, though, with a 2-out base runner. Here comes the 3-2, and it runs inside and gets it. Got him just off the shoulder there, and on 3-2, Ring will take his base off an HBP. Bring up Jude Stewart. Stewart struck out of his first plate appearance. See if GCT can get something going with 2 outs here in the top of the 3rd inning. Stewart struck out of his first plate appearance. Stands in here from the left side. Runner on first, 2 gone. Top of inning number 3. Running a Baptist broadcast position here at Benton from the 5A State Semifinals. First pitch here to Jude Stewart, misses outside for ball one. 1 ball, no strikes, the count. Martin looks on, checks on the runner at first. Now comes set on the 1-0, and it's in there for strike one. Lower outside corner, a ball and a strike, the count to Jude Stewart. Martin has the sign. Now comes set, the 1-1 on the way, and hangs in there for strike two. Stewart thought about offering at it, but checked the swing. It's strike two nonetheless. And the count moves to 1-2 here for the GCT first baseman. Here in the top of the third, Valley View looking to get out of it unscathed with a runner on first. Here's the 1-2, and it misses outside for ball two. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 72 miles an hour on that pitch. Here's the count even at 2-2. Comes pitch number 61. This is foul, and will get out of play left field side. Keeps the count at 2-2 here to the first baseman Jude Stewart. Cancilla lined out. Palma struck out. Then Cannon Ring with a lengthy plate appearance at an HBP. Now Stewart on 2-2. Sends this out to right field, but coming over and making the grab on the run is Owen Roach to end the top half of the third inning. So GCT gets one aboard via the HBP, but no runs, no hits, 1 left stranded in the top of the third. To the bottom of the third we go. Valley View in front 3-0 in the 5A state semifinals here on the EAB Sports Network.
Play It Again Sports wants to pay you money. Now that I have your attention, Play It Again Sports in Jonesboro wants to buy your used sports equipment. You heard me right. If you have something that's either outgrown or no longer being used, bring it to Play It Again Sports now. They're looking for youth and adult baseball and softball equipment, golf, weights and workout equipment, disc golf, you name it, Play It Again Sports can turn it into cash for you. Go by Play It Again Sports at the corner of Highland and Caraway in Jonesboro.
Your specialty print and ship store is the Safe Ship Store in Jonesboro. Owner David Leonard wants to help you with all your shipping and printing needs, and they'll always give you the best customer service and highest quality product for the absolute lowest prices in town. So when you need something packed and shipped, or when you need printed products, call the Safe Ship Store. Come in today to see all they have to offer. For the best customer service, quality, and prices, visit the Safe Ship Store, 2500 Alexander Drive, Suite C in Jonesboro, 870-333-5068.
To the bottom of the third we go. It's brought to you by JT White Hardware and Lumber, which has everything for the builders and the do-it-yourselfers on East Parker Road in Jonesboro. Greene County Tech got a base runner on with 2 outs at the top of the third, but Jude Stewart flying out to right to end the inning, and it gets us to the bottom of the third where Valley View in front 3-0. 3 runs, 2 hits, no errors for Valley View. No runs, 1 hit, and 3 errors for GCT. All 3 runs for Valley View have been unearned. Brooks Robinson has allowed some traffic on the bases, but again, hasn't given up an earned run in his first 2 innings of work. He's out there for the third, and he'll face 4, 5, and 6 in the Valley View lineup. Levi Martin reached on a fielder's choice in the first inning to lead it off. First pitch to Martin misses inside for ball 1. It was a rare 6-5 fielder's choice. Greene County Tech elected to get the lead runner with 1 out in the bottom of the first instead of trying to turn the double play, and Valley View kind of made him pay for that because off of the error that allowed Noah Ragsdale to get on base, Valley View wound up scoring 2 runs there in the bottom of the first. 2 balls, no strikes, the count to Levi Martin as the pitch missed inside. With the 2-0 offering, it's Robinson. Martin grounds that back up the middle, scooped up at second, throw to first on a bounce, and it's out number 1. Good pick by the first baseman, Jude Stewart. And it's a 4-3 ground ball out for Levi Martin to get us started here in the bottom of the third. That'll bring up Noah Ragsdale, the second baseman.
Now batting the second baseman, number 24.
Jen Ragsdale, the ball he put in play was responsible for a couple of runs coming across in the first inning, although since it was an error, he doesn't get credit for the runs batted in. Reached on the E6. First pitch here misses now chin high and outside. A ball and no strikes to Valley View's second baseman. Ragsdale reached on that error in the first. 340 hitter on the year and on base just north of 400. OPS hovering right around 1,000. 1 ball, no strikes. Fouled back. Evens count of the ball to strike here. We're in the bottom of the third inning. Valley View leads it 3-0 over GCT. Winner moving on to the state finals in Conway next weekend. Still don't know the date or the start time yet. We'll find that out at some point tomorrow morning. 1-1 pitch on the way, and it hits Ragsdale on the back. He'll trot down to first off of the HBP. That's the third different Blazer that's been hit by a pitch in this game. Gartman and Roach were hit by a pitch in the first 2 plate appearances in the bottom of the first. Now Ragsdale with an HBP provides Valley View with a 1-out base runner. And Jade Taylor, the center fielder, will stand in next. Taylor ended the first inning with a 4-3 ground ball out. First pitch to Taylor, lays off of below the zone. 1 ball, no strikes the count to Jade Taylor, the 300 hitter. Slugging just over 500 this year with an on base right around 400 for Valley View. Should have that ground ball out to end the first inning, but going back to yesterday's game and the win over Greenwood, Taylor had the 2-run home run that scored the first couple of runs of the game for Valley View. Pitch gets away, but runner stays at first. Taylor had that 2-run home run. He singled in the 5th and then got hit by a pitch in the 6th inning, provided a run off of that 5th inning single. Head of the count here, 2 balls, no strikes. Here's the pitch to Taylor, lays off of one low and away for ball 3. Valley View has yet to draw a walk in this game, but Taylor ahead of the count here, 3 balls, no strikes. Here's the 3-0 offering right down the middle. Taylor doesn't offer, and Robinson able to get back into the count, 3 balls and a strike. Blazers have gotten a run across in each of the first, or at least a run across in each of the first 2 innings. Runner on the go, throw gets away, and it's ball 4 to Jade Taylor. So they're at first and second. Ragsdale at second, Taylor at first. And it brings up the left fielder, Parker King. King struck out of this first plate appearance.
Now batting left fielder, number 9.
Just over a 330 hitter on the year. On base percentage around 435. An RBI opportunity for King here. First pitch, misses low for ball 1. King with 12 total hits this season for Valley View. 1 ball, no strikes. Here's the pitch. King lays off for ball 2. And also King with a couple of runs batted in for Valley View. An RBI situation with runners at first and second. King ahead of the count here, 2 balls, no strikes, as have a meeting on the mound brought to you by Arkansas State University. Grapevines, Big Hearts, that's the A-State difference. Visit astate.edu for more details. Tucker Beasley, the third baseman, and Cannon Ring, the catcher, meeting with Brooks Robinson on the mound. Meeting is adjourned, and now King digs back in ahead of the count. 2 balls, no strikes. Bottom of the 3rd inning. Valley View leads it 3-0 in the 5A state semifinals. Here's the 2-0 to King, and it's in there for strike 1. Noah Ragsdale had a big lead off of that second base bag. Now, he was in motion when ball 4 was thrown to Jay Taylor. There's a ground ball hit to second. Thrown to the bag at second for 1 to first is not going to be in time. It'll go 4-6 on the fielder's choice. And they'll be at the quarters here for Valley View. Ragsdale advancing to 3rd. Taylor thrown out at second and King at first off of the 6-4 fielder's choice. So it'll bring up the designated hitter, Madden Tatum. Tatum had the double that later turned into a run in the bottom of the 2nd. It was a diving grab, or attempted a diving grab made by Kaysen Scott in left field. Kicked off his glove, which allowed Tatum to reach second as that's fouled back and will get out of play. Tatum then took 3rd after the throw from center came in a bit wide. The throw to 3rd got out of the reach of the 3rd baseman Tucker Beasley, which resulted in an error and allowed Tatum to come across and score. Pitch misses wide, throw down to second, and sliding in safely on the stolen base is Parker King. So runners in scoring position now for Valley View at 2nd and 3rd. Counts even in the ball and a strike here to the DH, Madden Tatum. Blazers got 2 across in the 1st, 1 across in the 2nd. And a base hit here could put another couple of runs on the board. And the 1-1 pitch misses low for ball 2. 2 balls and a strike here to Madden Tatum. State semifinals of the 5A tournament. Winner moving on to Conway in the weekend of champions next weekend. The 2-1 pitch gets in there, 84 miles an hour. Outside portion of the zone, evens the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. 2 gone and 2 on here in the bottom of the 3rd. See if Robinson can get out of the jam or if Tatum can extend the inning. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Robinson lays off. The count goes full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Tatum already 1 for 1 in the game with the double. The base hit here can make it 5-0. On 3-2, a swing and a miss, and Robinson gets out of the inning with runners at 2nd and 3rd. Tatum goes down swinging to end the bottom of the 3rd. But after 3 complete, Valley View still out in front. Our score is Valley View 3 and GCT 0. This is the 5A State Baseball Tournament on the EAB Sports Network.
And Jonesboro knows what it means to be a champion. Whether it's celebrating the big win or recognizing hard-earned achievements, they've got you covered. From custom trophies and plaques to medals and awards, Crown Trophy will help you honor the moments that matter. Crown Trophy is proud to support our local high school athletics because building champions starts right here in our community. Visit Crown Trophy on Southwest Drive in Jonesboro or on Facebook. Crown Trophy, celebrate your victories with us.
We are pioneers. Dreamers, the ones they said would never make it, and the ones still trying. We're lifesavers, life changers, and those who bring life to your world. We're where compassion meets precision and empowerment meets innovation. An expert system of care where love abounds so that God can do the impossible. We're here when you need us most. We are NEA Baptist.
You're listening to Northeast Arkansas's news and information station. 102.1 FM, 1230 AM, KBTM, Jonesboro.
3 complete here in the 5A state semifinals. We go to the top of the 4th inning, brought to you by Central Baptist Church, where everyone is welcome and wanted. For locations and service times, visit centralbaptist.com. Valley View had runners on 2nd and 3rd at the end We're in the bottom of the third inning, but Madden Tatum striking out to end the inning. So we go to the top of the fourth, still in a 3-0 game. And for GCT, it will be 5, 6, and 7 due up in the order. Brody Ryan, the right fielder, standing in to lead us off. First pitch here to Brody Ryan. It's in there for strike one. Pitch number 64 coming up here for Levi Martin, and it's golfed at by Brody Ryan. Went chasing for one below the zone for strike two. 0-2 the count. Ryan flew out to center in his first plate appearance of the game. Down to the count here, 0-2, and it's in there. Strike three called, and he knew it. Curveball that Ryan didn't offer at, and there's one gone here in the top half of the fourth. That's been a good put away and a good swing and miss pitch for Levi Martin so far this game. Greene County Tech has not had a lot of success on that curve, as now Hayden Jackson, the DH, will stand in next. Jackson 0 for 1. Ground ball out. That went 4-3 in the second inning. Levi Martin quickly starts him out with strike one at 83 miles an hour. Martin working quickly. Here's the 0-1 offering. Check swing and just missed off the edge outside for ball one. 1 ball, 1 strike. To Hayden Jackson. Jackson with the bat held just above that right shoulder. Puts one in play to second. Scooped up there. Throw to first is in time. It goes 4-3 on the ground ball outs. That's Ragsdale to the first baseman, Hudson Rogers, who is at first but not in the lineup today for Valley View. Madden Tatum DHing for him. And there's 2 gone in the top of the fourth inning. As Tucker Beasley, the third baseman, stands in next. First pitch to Beasley, and it's in there for strike one. 85 miles an hour for strike one here to Beasley. He walked in the second inning, but got stranded at first base after drawing what was a full count walk in the second inning. Here's the 0-1. The 0-1 is hit out to right field, and this is going to drop out there in right and go over the wall for a ground rule double. So Beasley will be standing at second base. Off of the ground roll double, took one bounce in right field and then went over the wall. And Beasley provides GCT with their second hit of the game, but more importantly, a 2-out base runner in scoring position. It's hit in between the power alley and the pole out there in right field. Took one bounce and then over the wall. 320 to the left and right field foul poles. 355 to the power alleys, and then 375 to straightaway center, with the wall elevated to serve as the batter's eye. Swing and a miss here for Keaton Watson on the first pitch breaking ball. Watson lined out to left in his first plate appearance in the top of the second inning. A 1 pitch on the way, and moves the count to 0-2. Another curveball, and another good result for Levi Martin. No balls, 2 strikes. To the second baseman, Keaton Watson. Runner at second is Tucker Beasley, who just reached with the ground rule double, but Levi Martin looking to get out of the inning unscathed. Checks on the runner at second. Now time is called by Watson. Comes the 0-2 pitch from Levi Martin. It's hit out to center field, the shallow center field. It's the shortstop, Drew Garman, that comes over to field it on the run for the third and final out in the top of the fourth inning. So Greene County Tech gets 1 hit, but they leave the runner, Tucker Beasley, stranded at second. After the top of the fourth, our score is still Valley View 3 and GCT 0 from the 5A State Baseball Tournament on the EAB Sports Network.
First National Bank's roots run deep in Northeast Arkansas. We began a single Paragould branch with one idea: customers first. By focusing on the best products banking has to offer and valuing the highest level of service, we're now 23 branches across Arkansas and Tennessee. As First National Bank grows, our roots only get deeper, and the mission remains the same: you first, always. Learn more about our products and services at fnbank.net. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Get huge savings now at every Kavanaugh dealership. Kavanaugh has a great selection of late model, low mileage, certified pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs. And most are still under factory warranty. We have every make and every model, so you're sure to find the vehicle you want. And when you buy at Kavanaugh, every new and used purchase comes with 1 year of free maintenance. Plus, we buy cars. Bring a vehicle, get a check. Come see us today at one of our dealerships or go to CavanaughCars.com.
To the bottom of the fourth we go here from Everett Field at Benton High School in the state semifinals between Valley View and Greene County Tech. This bottom of the fourth inning brought to you by Stanley Woodard Law Firm. Respect results relief. Call 870-932-2000. This call to the bullpen is brought to you by Kavanaugh Auto Group. Check out their entire inventory online at CavanaughCars.com. The day is done for the freshman Brooks Robinson. Robinson went 3 innings. 3 runs came across, but all 3 were unearned. And the new pitcher into the game for Greene County Tech is the sophomore Benton Farmer, who takes over in relief. He'll face 9-1-2 for Valley View. First pitch here to Cannon Driscoll, the Valley View third baseman, who played at GCT a season ago. Misses inside for ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes to count. 1-0 offering on the way. Driscoll lays off. 76-mile-an-hour pitch. The miss is inside, about chin level for ball 2. And it's Benton Farmer taking over in relief for GCT. From the belt, the sophomore fires, and 2-0 pitch misses outside. 3 balls, no strikes. Goes the count to Cannon Driscoll. He reached on that E3 in the first inning. A ground ball hit to the shortstop, Kinsella. Jude Stewart couldn't scoop it up at first, and now he reaches on a 4-pitch walk to start us off here in the bottom of the fourth. 3-0 Blazers in front over Greene County Tech. Third meeting of the year between these two teams. As we go back to the top of the lineup, Drew Gartman will stand in. Gartman has reached base safely in each of his first 2 plate appearances. Was hit by a pitch in the first inning, then singled in the second. Mentioned these two teams have already played twice this year. GCT winning both games in 5A East play about a month ago. First pitch to Gartman misses low for ball 1. Or Valley View, winning both of those games in conference play about a month ago. Blazers in that opener of the conference DH walked GCT off 2-1 and then took the second game 8-1. Here's the 1-0 pitch on the way to Gartman, and it's in there for strike 1. 75 miles an hour for strike 1. Bottom part of the zone. So the count's even to the ball and a strike to the A-State commit Drew Gartman. I should say A-State signee Drew Gartman, who will join Mike Silva's Red Wolves next year. The 1-1 pitch on the way. Throw down to second. Going to get into center field. Sliding in safely is Cannon Driscoll. So a runner in scoring position. Nobody gone as Driscoll slides in safely. And the count moves to a ball and 2 strikes here to Gartman. Speaking of A-State, series finale this afternoon in Lafayette as they look to sweep the Cajuns. Try and move up the Sun Belt Conference standings ahead of next week's Sun Belt Conference tournament in Montgomery. Is coming up at 2 o'clock today over on the Ticket Radio Network. Another attempt at a stolen base, and sliding in safely is Cannon Driscoll. The throw was close, but Driscoll able to slide in just ahead of the tag at third. Count goes even to 2 balls and 2 strikes to Drew Gartman in the process, but Driscoll now standing at third with nobody gone here in the bottom of the 4th. 2 stolen bases for Driscoll after the leadoff walk. Let's see if Gartman can bring him home here on 2-2. Farmer from the belt kicks, fires. Gartman lays off to run the count full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. One that missed low and away. Now the infield playing in here for Greene County Tech. And a guard against that runner, Driscoll, getting home on a ground ball put in play. As the 3-2 pitch misses high, and they'll be at the corners for Valley View. 2 straight walks to begin the inning. Gartman takes his base at first. He's now been on base all 3 times this afternoon. Interplay today with an on-base percentage around .610. 3 for 3 getting on base today, as now it's Owen Roach who will stand in next for Valley View. Roach, 400 hitter, on base close to 500, and slugging just over 600 this year for Valley View. 3-hole hitter stands in, as now the runner from first heads to second. It's a stolen base for Drew Gartman, so that's the 3rd stolen base of the inning already for Valley View. Driscoll stole second and third. Now Gartman stealing second, and both runners are in scoring position here for Owen Roach. 1 ball, no strikes, the count. Here comes the 1-0 pitch. Roach puts a charge of that out into center field, but going to be caught out there in center, trying to score from third and sliding in. Thrown out at home. Runner at third will slide in safely, but a great throw from center field. Kason Scott right on the line to Cannon Ring. Ring was able to turn around and apply the tag to Cannon Driscoll as he was trying to come home. So a fly out and a throw out for Greene County Tech there for outs number 1 and 2. In the bottom of the 4th inning, they prevent the runner from third from scoring. And it was close at third. Gartman was tagging up from second, headed to third. The throw to third was close. He was able to get in safely, though. And now it's Keaton Mathis. Next up for Valley View. First pitch to Mathis misses outside for ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes at 74 miles an hour. Mathis is 0 for 2 with a line out and the ground outs in the first and second innings. 1 ball, no strikes. Here comes the pitch. Mathis puts a charge into that into left field. This is going to kick off the wall out in left field. A run's going to come across and score. Mathis rounds second. He's headed for third. The throw in is not in time, and it's a triple with an RBI for Keaton Mathis. Sid Palma just kind of lost it in the sun, it looked like. Palma was standing around, and the ball wound up bouncing well behind him and kicked off the wall. So Keaton Mathis able to drive in a run with an RBI triple there. And Drew Gartman comes home to score. Valley View still with a runner at third as Levi Martin stands in next. Palma just completely lost it in the sun out there in left field. And see him holding that hand above his cap, trying to get a read on the ball, but you can tell off the bat, hit pretty well by Keaton Mathis. Power alley's 355 out there, and it kicked off the wall. No balls, 1 strike the count to Levi Martin here. 0-1 offering on the way, and that hit him. So an HBP, Martin is now the 4th different Blazer to be hit by a pitch in this game. Gartman, Roach, Martin, and Ragsdale have all been hit by a pitch for Valley View. So they're at first and third for Valley View here. And we're going to get a courtesy runner on at first. That's Trayson Becker, who will head to first to run. Now we're going to get a meeting on the mound. This meeting on the mound is brought to you by Arkansas State University. Great minds, big hearts. That's the A-State difference. Visit astate.edu to learn more. We'll tell you about that Kavanaugh Auto Group call to the bullpen right after a 1-minute timeout. Our score from the 5A State Baseball Tournament is Valley View 4 and Greene County Tech 0 here on the EAB Sports Network.
The team at Jonesboro Orthopedics and Sports Medicine has been taking care of our local athletes for over 40 years. Now with 2 locations, including JOSM on Main and JOSM on Matthews inside St. Bernard's Health and Wellness Center. And now JOSM is offering a limited number of same-day appointments. Call 932-1820. Find them on Facebook and at JonesboroOrtho.com. Jonesboro Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, excelling in our field so you can excel on yours.
Need top-notch farming and lawn gear? Visit First Choice Farm and Lawn, your Kubota dealer in Brooklyn. We get your need for reliable equipment. That's why we offer precision Kubota machinery for any task. From seasoned farmers to green-thumbed homeowners, we are working to keep you working. Find your Kubota match at First Choice Farm and Lawn on Highway 49 in Brooklyn. Achieve your goals faster with our Kubota inventory and top-notch service. Call 870-790-2301 or drop by today. Your trusted Kubota dealer, First Choice Farm and Lawn.
This call to the bullpen is brought to you by Kavanaugh Auto Group. Check out their entire inventory online at KavanaughCars.com. Little 2-out threat here for Valley View with runners at the corners, and we're going to see the second pitcher used out of the bullpen for Greene County Tech this afternoon, and that is Tucker Beasley. Will take over in relief. Junior takes over in relief for Farmer. Brooks Robinson, the freshman, got the start. Benton Farmer came on right after that, and now it's Beasley who will take over in relief with runners at first and third for Valley View. Keaton Mathis standing at third off of that RBI triple. Levi Martin was just hit by the pitch, and now it's Noah Ragsdale who will stand in. Ragsdale has gotten on base twice without putting the ball in play. Reached on an HBP in the third inning. And stands in here with an RBI opportunity, looking to add on to a 4-0 Valley View lead. Puts a charge into one, out into straightaway center field, drifting back near the warning track, and making the grab on the run is Kaysen Scott for the final out of the inning. So Valley View strands a couple, but they get one across in the bottom of the fourth after 4 complete. Here from Everett Field in Benton, our score is Valley View 4 and Greene County Tech 0. This is the 5A State Baseball Tournament on the EAB Sports Network.
Design the golf cart of your dreams with SS Custom Carts in Jonesboro. Hey y'all, it's Brandon Baxter for SS Custom Carts. And whether you want a golf cart for the greens or a family cart to cruise the neighborhood, SS Custom Carts has your dream cart covered. SS Custom Carts in Jonesboro is your one-stop shop for new golf carts, gently used golf carts, fully customized carts, parts, accessories, and service. Check out SS Custom Carts, 2321 East Matthews in Jonesboro and sscustomcarts.com.
Childhood diabetes, obesity, and thyroid conditions have something in common. The nationally ranked pediatric diabetes and endocrinology team at Arkansas Children's excels at treating them all. In children's developing bodies, hormones affect everything from growth spurts to blood sugar. These physical conditions can impact mental health and self-esteem, which is why the care provided by Arkansas Children's treats the whole child. Learn more at archildrens.org/NEA.
Four complete here from Benton on this Saturday afternoon, the 5A State Baseball Semifinals. This top of the fifth inning is brought to you by J-Town's Grill. It's where the locals go, and a proud supporter of local high school sports. Valley View in front 4-0 over GCT. 4 runs, 3 hits, no errors for the Blazers. No runs, 2 hits, and 3 errors for Greene County Tech. And that RBI triple by Keaton Mathis in the 4th inning was the first earned run that GCT has allowed all game. The first 3 were unearned for the starter Brooks Robinson. And now the Eagles will send up 9, 1, and 2 in the order. It's Kason Scott, Luke Cancilla, and Sid Palma, who will be up here in this top of the 5th inning. All 5A East semifinal. Guaranteed at least one team from the conference to be playing for the state championship next weekend. Could be at all 5A East finals next weekend. This look ahead brought to you by Vision Care Center. Road to Excellent Vision starts at Vision Care Center in Jonesboro, Paragould, and Pocahontas. 1 ball, no strikes. The count here to Kason Scott as the 1-0 pitch. Got to get in there at the bottom part of the zone for strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike to count. But coming up later today, in fact, right after the conclusion of this game, the other semifinal will be between Marion and BB. There's a ground ball hit to short. Throw to the bag at first is in time to get Kason Scott. It goes 6-3 on the putout, and there's one gone here in the top half of the 5th inning for the freshman shortstop Luke Cancilla. Cancilla 0 for 2 today. A strikeout in the first and a line out to short in the third. First pitch here to Cancilla on the way. And this is outside for ball 1. Levi Martin still working on the mound here for Valley View. Here comes pitch number 78 for Levi Martin. And it's in there for strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike at the 83 mile-an-hour pitch for Levi Martin. It's had a little bit of traffic on the bases in all 4 innings prior to this one, but has not allowed more than 1 base runner since the first inning. 2 balls, 1 strike the count to the leadoff hitter Luke Cancilla. Gets back at the count. Make it 2 balls and 2 strikes. The fastball down the middle to the shortstop Cancilla. Cancilla taps the plate, now digs back in. Ahead of the 2-2 offering, here it comes. And this is ground ball hit to the first base side. Throw to first and not in time. Initially, Levi Martin was charging at it. Also saw the first baseman Hudson Rogers go towards the ball along the first base side. And there was some miscommunication and wound up being the second baseman Noah Ragsdale that got to it. And by the time Ragsdale did, the runner Cancilla was able to get to first safely. So it'll go as infield single there for Cancilla and provide GCT with a 1-out base runner. First pitch here to Palma gets away a bit. Good block by the catcher, Keaton Mathis, to keep it in front of him and not allow Cancilla to advance from first. 1 ball, no strikes the count here to Sid Palma. Singled in the first, then struck out in the third. With the 1-0 offering, it's Martin. Skies this up on the infield. It is the Blazers' second baseman, Noah Ragsdale, that has a track on it. Comes over and makes the grab for out number 2. So pop up to Ragsdale results in the second out here in the top of the 5th inning. And it brings up the catcher, Cannon Ring. Ring walked in the first. Was hit by a pitch in the third inning. One on first base for long. HBP came with 2 outs, and then Jude Stewart's immediately had a fly out to straightaway center. Runner on first here, 2 gone. Here comes the pitch to Cannon Ring. Misses high for ball 1 at 74 miles an hour. Top of the 5th, Valley View leads it 4-0. 5A state semifinals, looking to advance to their 5th consecutive state championship next weekend in Conway. Here's the 1-0. Moves the count to 2-0, comes in just a little bit low. Ring goes ahead of the count, 2 balls and no strikes. Cancilla, the runner at first, off that infield single, a short lead off the first base bag. 2-0 pitch on the way, and the 2-0 is skied up. Foul territory, third base side coming over right in front of the Valley View dugout and making the grab is Cannon Driscoll for out number 3 in the top of the 5th. No runs, 1 hit, 1 left on. In the top of the 5th inning, we go to the bottom of the 5th. Our score is Valley View 4 and GCT 0. This is the 5A State Baseball Tournament on the EAB Sports Network.
It's a mix and match special now at all Northeast Arkansas Domino's Pizza locations. Choose any 2 for $6.99 each for carryout or delivery. How about a medium 2-topping pizza, oven-baked sandwich, pasta in a tin, loaded tots, Domino's stuffed cheesy bread, bread twists, marble brownies, and so much more. Switch it up for lunch or dinner for the whole gang. The mix and match special with any 2 for only $6.99 each for carryout or delivery. Only at your Northeast Arkansas area Domino's Pizza locations.
Thank you to our Glen Sane family. Thank you for taking us with you for those long days and late nights that often go unnoticed. Thank you for helping make kids' dreams become realities while guiding them to become future leaders. Thank you for going the extra mile, caring for the kids, and treating them like your very own. Thank you to our educators for choosing Glen Sane for 70 years.
To the bottom of the 5th we go. Valley View in front 4-0 over Greene County Tech. So welcome you back inside to our 88 Baptist broadcast position, where the Blazers lead it 4-0 over the Eagles. Still seeing Tucker Beasley out to work for Greene County Tech on the mound. And it's the center fielder, Jay Taylor, that will lead us off in the bottom of the 5th for Valley View. Taylor 0 for 1 with a walk in the game. First pitch here to Jay Taylor, misses low for ball 1. Taylor had the ground out of the first, walked in the 3rd. Leading us off here in the bottom of the 5th inning. 1 ball, no strikes. Here comes the pitch. Hopped up. Drifting over into foul territory is the GCT third baseman Tucker Beasley, and he makes the grab for out number 1 here in the bottom of the 5th.
Now batting left fielder number 9, Parker King.
So that'll bring up the left fielder, Parker King. King struck out in the 2nd inning, then grounded into a fielder's choice in the 3rd inning in his last plate appearance. Stands in here with 1 gone, bases empty, bottom of the 5th, and a 4-0 Valley View lead as the pitch gets away. King showed bunt, pulled it back in time to take ball 1. Blazers got 2 across in the 2nd, 2 across in the 1st, 1 in the 2nd, and 1 in the 4th. 4 runs, 3 hits, no errors for Valley View, no runs, 3 hits, and 3 errors for GCT. Those 3 errors allowed 3 runs to come across in the early stages of this game for Valley View. The 1-0 pitch misses for ball 2 here to Parker King. 2-0 offering on the way. King will foul it back. And so get out of play beyond the first base dugout. King, a .330 hitter with an on base just a little bit above .430. OPS right around .860 this year as well for Parker King. Ahead of the count here, 2 balls and 1 strike. 2-1 pitch is fouled back to even the count at 2-2. King had a big day at the plate yesterday, had a bunt single to reach in the 2nd, tripled and scored in the 4th, was hit by a pitch and scored in the 5th, and then had a bunt single again to reach in the 6th. So reach base in all 4 plate appearances yesterday. 2-2 pitch, swung on and missed, drop 3rd strike, throw down to 1st is in time to get Parker King for out number 2 on the strikeouts. And Madden Tatum will stand in as the final chance for Valley View here in the bottom of the fifth. Tatum doubled and then later came around to score in the second inning. Little league home run for Madden Tatum. A diving effort was made by Kaysen Scott in center field. It hit off of his glove, allowing Tatum to take second. The throw came in a bit wide, which allowed Tatum to take third, and then off of an error on the throw to third, which got all the way back to the wall and foul territory. Tatum was able to come across and score off of that to provide Valley View with their lone run in the second inning. First pitch he sees here is strike one. 0-1 pitch on the way, make it 0-2. 78 miles an hour on the breaking ball. Tatum does an offer at him, and he goes down to the count. No balls, 2 strikes. Bottom of the fifth, Blazers lead it 4-0. GCT looking to send them down in order here for what would be the first time tonight. As the 0-2 pitch misses outside for a ball and 2 strikes. And Valley View has had at least one base runner in every single inning of this game. But Beasley looking to send him down in order here, and he does just that. The 1-2 pitch is a called third strike at the top of the zone, and in the bottom of the fifth, Valley View goes down in order. 5 complete here at Everett Field in Benton. Our score is Valley View 4 and GCT 0. This is the 5A State Baseball Tournament on the EAB Sports Network.
At Farmers and Merchants Bank, we're not just a bank, we're a part of your community. That's why we're dedicated to being the neighbors who are in your corner right here in Arkansas. Whether you're saving for a new home, planning for your future, or managing your everyday finances, Farmers and Merchants Bank has the friendly local knowledge and personalized services to help you reach your goals. Farmers and Merchants Bank, in your corner, supporting the community we all call home. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Have you ever heard the saying, 2 wrongs don't make a right? Well, when it comes to your internet service, 1 wrong is already too many. Wrong price, wrong speeds, wrong company. Come on, you deserve better. With Empower Broadband, you get local, affordable, and fast internet that never lets you down. Visit us at empowerbroadband.com or call 870-336-0999 to right the wrongs by choosing your favorite local internet company. Empower, delivered by Craighead Electric.
To the 6th inning we go here from Everett Field at Benton High School from our NEA Baptist broadcast position. NEA Baptist is healthcare for the next century. And it's Levi Martin that will continue to work here in the 6th inning. And he'll face 4, 5, and 6 in this Greene County Tech lineup. First pitch to Jude Stewart. The chopper back up the middle. Throw to first is in time. It goes 6-3 on the putout of the GCT first baseman for the first out here at the top of the 6th inning.
Coming to play, the right fielder, number 13, Brody Ryan.
So it'll bring up Brody Ryan, the right fielder. Ryan 0 for 2 in the game today. A fly out to center to end the first. There's a first pitch strike. 0-1 the count to Brody Ryan. Started him off with that curveball. Ryan flew out to center in the first, then struck out in the 4th inning. 0-1 pitch is a chopper right back in front of home plate. Fielded there by the catcher, Keith Mathis, for out number 2 in the top of the 6th inning. So 1-3 on the putouts, or 2-3 on the putouts. Brody Ryan, and it sends in the DH Hayden Jackson. Jackson with a couple of ground ball outs in each of his first 2 plate appearances in the 2nd and 4th innings, both of which were 4-3 putouts. First pitch to Jackson here, line foul. The first base side. 0-1 the count. Comes the 0-1 pitch to Jackson, ducks out of the way of the 0-1 pitch and takes ball one. Ball one strike. Pitch number 92 coming up for Levi Martin. He's pitched to Jim this afternoon for Valley View, and that pitch bit too far inside again, 70 miles an hour. 2 balls, 1 strike goes the count. No runs, 3 hits for GCT. Martin has been great and trying to get him through 6 innings here. It's the 3-2 pitch, 2-2 pitch misses low to move the count to 3 balls and 2 strikes here. Now we'll have a meeting on the mound. Brought to you by Arkansas State University. Great minds, big hearts. That's the A-State difference. Visit astate.edu to learn more. Keaton Mathis went out to talk to Levi Martin for a moment. Now ready for the 3-2 offering. Here it comes, and it's in there for the strike. It was actually 3-1. Scoreboard ended at 3-2. So now we go to a full count. 3 balls, 2 strikes is the count. Here to the DH Jackson. Here comes the full count delivery. Jackson, a liner out to right. It's going to drop for a base hit. Throw to first is offline. Jackson rounds first. He's headed for second. So it'll be a single plus a throwing error, allowing Jackson to take 2 bases there. Noah Roach, I don't know that he quite had to play at first, but if he made the throw on line, it would have been interesting. But Roach threw it out of the reach of the first baseman, Hudson Rogers, allowing Hayden Jackson to take an extra base on the first Valley View error of the game. And the third baseman, Tucker Beasley, will stand in next here for Greene County Tech. Beasley walked in the second and a ground rule double in the fourth. First pitch to Beasley here. This is outside for ball 1. Pitch number 97 coming up for Levi Martin, looking to get out of this 6th inning without allowing a run. He's thrown a shutout to this point. Here's the 1-0 pitch, and it catches the zone for strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike off the outside portion of the zone. Here to the third baseman, Beasley. Standing in from the left side, bat held just above the shoulder. Now Martin looks on, dangling right arm. Here comes the 1-1 offering from Martin. Checks on the runner at second. Now fires in the 1-1 pitch. That's hit out into left field for a base hit. Slipping and falling at third is Hayden Jackson. It looked like Jackson was going to try and come home, but lost his footing there at third. And they'll be at the corners for GCT here after a single by Tucker Beasley. So it'll bring up the second baseman, Keaton Watson. And all of a sudden, things becoming a little bit interesting here. GCT only trails it 4-0. We'll see if they want to send the runner at first to try and get them both in scoring position. You're in the top of the 6th inning. Here's the first pitch. Runner at first stays put, and it's a called strike 1 to Keaton Watson. Watson 0 for 2, lined out to left in the 2nd inning. Popped it up to the shortstop, Drew Gartman, in the 4th inning. Balls, 1 strike to count. Martin looks on, comes set. Here comes the 0-1 pitch. Big swing, get a miss. Curveball in the turf for strike 2. No balls, 2 strikes, the count to Cannon Watson. Pitch number 101 coming up for Levi Martin. Runners at the corners. Now the runner from second on the go, and no throw will be made. So a stolen base there for Tucker Beasley. And now they're both in scoring position. Beasley went before. Obviously, the pitch was thrown, but there was nobody there in time to cover the bag. So they're both at second and third. Here's the 0-2 pitch. The 0-2 is grounded right back in front of the mound. Throw to first is in time. Tag applied for the out. It pulled the first baseman, Rogers, off the bag, but he was able to turn around and apply the tag to Keaton Watson. It works just the same, and Valley View and Levi Martin get out of the top of the 6th inning jam. So Greene County Tech, no runs, 2 hits, a couple left on at the top of the 6th inning. We go to the bottom of the 6th. Our score is still Valley View 4 and GCT 0 from the 5A State Baseball Tournament on the EAB Sports Network.
Brooklyn High School Athletics is brought to you by Gateway Tire and Service Center and Toyo Tires. Where there's always one thing you can count on, we go the distance for you. Before you hit the road for a trip across country or across town, drop by Gateway Tire and Service Center and check out the great deals on Toyo Tires. Whether it's tires or auto repair, you can always count on one thing. At Gateway Tire and Toyo Tires, we go the distance for you. At Gateway Tire in Jonesboro, we go the distance for you.
This is Keith Baird with the Baird Auto Group. There's nothing that brings our communities together like high school sports. No matter what the scoreboard says, it's a winning feeling just to be a part of it. At Baird, we want you to have the feeling anytime you come into one of our dealerships. Good credit, bad credit, no problem. Don't buy anywhere else until you shop at Baird location near you. Don't get a bad deal, get a Baird deal. Because why pay more?
Saving service, great selection too. Bear does it all for you.
To the bottom of the 6th we go. Valley View in front 4-0 over GCT. Greene County Tech threatened with runners at the quarters with 2 outs, and then runners at second and third with 2 outs after a stolen base by Tucker Beasley. But Keaton Watson with the ground out to end the inning. Now Valley View 3 defensive outs away from going 5 in a row to the state finals, which would come up next weekend in Conway. First pitch here in the bottom of the 6th inning to Cannon Driscoll. Takes a bounce of the turf before it gets to home plate. So Driscoll goes ahead of the count, 1 ball, no strikes. 9-1-2 due up for Valley View here in this home half of the 6th inning. Driscoll has reached base safely in each of his first 2 plate appearances here this afternoon. 2 balls, no strikes, the counts. Pitch misses low. Driscoll reached on the error in the 2nd inning, then walked in the 4th. Got thrown out trying to tag up and score once he got on base. Chopper back up the middle here, fielded by the second baseman, and getting to first safely is Driscoll. That was fielded by the second baseman, Keaton Watson. Threw a 1-hopper to the first baseman, Jude Stewart, and Stewart couldn't pick it off the throw. I think we're going to have another error on Stewart, which is going to be his 2nd error of the ball game. It was E3 for Cannon Driscoll to reach base. And it'll bring up Drew Gartman, the leadoff hitter for Valley View. Gartman has reached base safely in all 3 plate appearances today. First pitch to Gartman, checks his swing, but it's called strike. Gartman was hit by a pitch in the 1st inning, singled in the 2nd, walked and scored in the 4th. The A-State commit stands in here with the runner on first. Nobody gone in the bottom of the 6th inning. Throw over to first, and getting back safely is Cannon Driscoll. Balls, 1 strike here to Drew Gartman. Team leader in batting average and hovered around 500 the batting average for most of the year. Shows bunt, pulls it back in time to get hit by the pitch. 2nd time in the game that Gartman has gotten hit by a pitch. He'll take his base at first, and they'll be at first and second here for Valley View in the home half of the 6th. So it'll bring up Owen Roach. Roach was hit by a pitch in the 1st inning and scored off of that. Popped it up to the first in the second, flew out to center in the fourth. RBI opportunity here for him with a runner at second base. Here's the pitch to Roach. Swung on and missed. And on the count 0-1 off of the 78-mile-an-hour breaking ball. Roach comes up empty. 400 hitter this year for Noah Roach. For Owen Roach, excuse me. Has 27 runs batted in. Chance for another one here. Now step off the mound, and Beasley will check on the runner over at second base. Driscoll at second, Gartman at first. Roach stands back in ahead of the 0-1 offering. Here it comes, and this is high for ball one. 1 ball, 1 strike, the counts. To the right fielder, Roach. Yesterday in that game against Greenwood, Roach was able to get on base 4 times, twice via an error, and then had an RBI single in his last 2 plate appearances in the 5th and the 6th inning. 1 ball, 1 strike. Pitch comes in high to move the count to 2 balls and a strike. To Owen Roach. Blazers got 2 across in the first, 1 in the second, 1 in the fourth. Looking to add on some more here with runners at first and second and nobody gone in the bottom of the 6th inning. Here's the 2-1 to Roach. Runners on the go. Throw down to third. Offline and sliding in safely at third is Cannon Driscoll. It was a double steal, so Gartman goes to second. Driscoll at third. Now both runners in scoring position. The pitch also missed. Low to Owen Roach, so he's ahead of the count. 3 balls and a strike. With nobody gone here in the bottom of the 6th. Here's the 3-1 offering to Roach. Skies it up on the infield and drifting over just slightly into foul territory. Here's the third baseman, Tucker Beasley, to make the grab on the pop-up for Roach. So there's 1 gone in the home half of the 6th inning. And now it's Keaton Mathis who will stand in. Mathis lined out to center in the first. And grounded out 4-3 in the second. Had the RBI triple in the fourth. And stands in here with 1 gone and runners at second and third in the bottom of the 6th. Here's the pitch to Mathis. It's a charge into it, but this is going into foul territory and going to leave the yard in foul territory down that left field line. 1 ball, 1 strike, the count to Mathis. Mathis second on the team in batting average this year, right around 400. On base north of 460. Definite RBI opportunity. Here's the 0-1 pitch to Mathis. Bounces away. Cannon Ring did a really good job behind home plate this afternoon, able to block that to not allow the runners to advance. Evens the count of the ball and a strike here to Mathis. 5A state semifinals. Winner going on to Conway next week for the weekend of champions. Start times and all of that will be announced tomorrow by the Arkansas Activities Association. 1-1 pitch is fouled back off of the roof of the press box. Moves the count to a ball and 2 strikes here to Keaton Mathis. Levi Martin is in the on-deck circle. Mathis out of the count 1 and 2 with runners at second and third. Beasley still continuing to work on the mound. He's the second pitcher that Greene County Tech has used in relief, 3rd overall. Freshman Brooks Robinson got the start this afternoon. Here's the 1-2 pitch. And out into medium depth center field, and it's going to be caught by the right fielder. The throw home, and the tag is applied out at home. Out out at home after a great throw by Brody Ryan. Ryan had a lot of ground to cover to get to that ball. The center fielder, Scott, didn't have a good read on it. Ryan got to it on the run and then made kind of an off-balance throw home to get the lead runner, Cannon Driscoll, trying to tag up and score. And that's how the bottom of the sixth comes to a close. Valley View will look to close it out here at the top of the seventh. Coming up next in a 4-0 game. This is the 5A State Baseball Tournament on the EAB Sports Network.
Evolve Bank and Trust offers a variety of residential and consumer loans, specializing in unique products and services while providing individualized customer service designed to fit your needs. Whether you're buying your first home, a new car, or building your dream home, Evolve Bank and Trust has the personal loan products you need to realize your dreams today. Call Evolve Bank and Trust at 870-933-2480. Stop in to see them at 111 East Huntington Suite A or visit them online at getevolve.com. Evolve Bank and Trust, making banking personal again. Evolve Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Spring into savings from more air conditioning. If you've been waiting to replace your air conditioning system, get our best deal of the season. For a limited time, get a rebate for up to $1,500 and no payments for up to 6 months with approved financing. Plus, qualify for federal tax credits of up to $2,000. That's up to $3,500 in savings and no payments for 6 months. Visit us online at moreac.com.
You deserve more, don't settle for less.
Seventh inning here from Benton and our Eddie Baptist broadcast position. As we welcome you back, where Valley View looks to close it out this afternoon and punch their ticket to the state finals for what will be the 5th consecutive year. This call to the bullpen brought to you by Cavanaugh Auto Group. Check out their entire inventory online at CavanaughCars.com. New pitcher into the game for Valley View is Jade Taylor. Look to get the final 3 outs for the Blazers. He got the start on Thursday against Arkansas High. Got the win, or got a no decision, on Thursday against Arkansas High. Taylor has been good on the mound for Valley View this year. It's an earned run average right around 2. It's right at 40 strikeouts. He'll face 9-1-2 in that Greene County Tech lineup to start us off here in the top of the 7th inning. Kason Scott to lead it off. First pitch to Scott, in there, strike 1. Scott 0-2, 0 for 2 on the afternoon. Struck out of the second, grounded out 6-3 in the 5th. Down to the count here, 0-1. The 0-1 offering on the way. Scott pops it up. Gartman lost it in the air due to the sun. It was the second baseman, Noah Ragsdale, that came over. And short left center to come and field that for out number 1 in the top of the 7th inning. So it's Luke Cancilla, freshman shortstop, who stands in. 1 gone for GCT here in the top of the 7th. Blazers 2 outs away from returning to Conway, making their 5th consecutive appearance in the state finals. First pitch to Cancilla, called strike. 1 for 3 on the afternoon. Had the infield single in the 5th, struck out of the 1st. Now this pitch runs inside. Did it hit him? No, I guess it did. He stepped out of the way of it. It had kind of ricocheted there like it might have hit him. But 1 ball, 1 strike the count here to Cancilla as he gets out of the way of that pitch in the turf. 1-1 the count. Taylor comes set on the mound and misses outside for a ball 2. Second time this weekend, Valley View has used Jade Taylor on the mound. He started the first game on Thursday against Arkansas High, and now looking to get the final 3 outs today and send Valley View to Conway. The 2-1 pitch is hit out to center field. It's going to drop in center field for a base hit. Taylor came charging in, but had quite a bit of ground to cover out there in center field. So it drops for a base hit for the shortstop, Luke Cancilla. And it'll bring up the freshman left fielder, Sid Palma. Let's see if they send Cancilla in motion to try and take that double play out of order. First pitch here misses low for ball one. Ball, no strikes, the count to Palma, who is 1 for 3 this afternoon. Singled in the first, struck out in the third, then popped it up in the fifth. Here's the 1-0 pitch, and it catches the zone for strike one on the outside corner. 1 ball, 1 strike the count. Freshman Sid Palma. Runner at first, 1 gone here in the top of the 7th inning. 1-1 pitch gets away. That runner from first is headed to second and will get there safely on the wild pitch. So now a runner in scoring position for Greene County Tech. And pitching coach Matt Snyder will head out to the mound along with Keaton Mathis for this mound visit, which is brought to you by Arkansas State University. Great minds, big hearts. That's the A-State difference. Visit astate.edu to learn more. Count is 2 balls and a strike to Palma. Valley View has been in control for the entirety of this game, but still only a 4-run game. Greene County Tech left runners stranded at second and third in the 6th inning off back-to-back base hits. They've already gotten a base hit in this inning, so this one, we're close to being over until Valley View gets the 3rd and final out. GCT, a runner in scoring position with Palma ahead of the count, 2 balls and a strike as the meeting breaks up. Here's the 2-1 pitch, grounded back up the middle, and trouble fielding it at second. Safe at first is Sid Palma. And they'll be at the corners here for GCT. They'll charge it as an error to Noah Ragsdale. So the E4 allows Palma to get on base and Cancilla to advance to third. So runners at the corners here for the catcher, Cannon Ring. Ring walked in the first, was hit by a pitch in the third, popped it up in the 5th. First pitch to Ring, checks his swing, but it's a called strike. 72 miles an hour for strike 1. Ring twirls the bat now, awaiting the 0-1 offering. Taylor kicks, fires. The 0-1 pitch misses low for ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Low and outside. If Ring can get on, the potential of tying run, and Jude Stewart is in the on-deck circle. With 1 out here in the top of the 7th inning. 1-1 misses outside for ball 2. I think it was right about knee level, but missed a little bit too far off the plate for ball 2. 2 balls and a strike. GCT threatening here in the top of the 7th inning in a 4-0 game in the 5A state semifinals. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Misses low for ball 3. 3 balls and a strike. Here to the catcher, Cannon Ring. Taylor on a relief. He's already thrown 14 pitches on a relief from Levi Martin, who pitched 6 scoreless as the 3-1 pitch is fouled back. So it runs the count full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Here to the catcher, Cannon Ring. Ring stands in from the right side, slowly moving the man back and forth. Runners at the corners. The 3-2 pitch on the way. Ring just did get a piece of it to foul it back. Stays alive. 3 balls, 2 strikes the count. Valley View looking to go to Conway for the 5th consecutive year, but GCT not making it easy. threatening here in the top of the 7th. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Here comes the pitch. Swung on and missed. It's a strikeout for Cannon Ring for the 2nd out of the inning. A big out, number 2. And it brings up the first baseman, Jude Stewart, as the final hope for Greene County Tech. This All-East 5A state semifinal, the 1 seed out of the East, Valley View, the 4 seed, Greene County Tech. Eagles with runners at first and third, but now down to their final out, trailing it 4-0 here at the top of the 7th inning. First pitch to Jude Stewart, called strike 1. Stewart 0 for 3 today with a strikeout, a fly out, and a ground out. Stewart down to the count, 0-1. Digs back in. Here comes the 0-1 offering. Misses off the outside corner for ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike to count. Stewart is the 5th batter that GCT has sent to the plate this inning to extend the inning with 2 outs. 1 ball, 1 strike. Here's the 1-1 pitch, well out in front of it, swung on and missed for strike 2. GCT down to their final strike in the 5A state semifinals. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Taylor comes set from the chest, kicks, fires. The 1-2 is hit foul. And will leave the yard, keeps the count of the ball, and 2 strikes here to Jude Stewart. Valley View 1 strike away from making it 5 straight appearances in the 5A state championship game. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Misses high for ball 2. 83 miles an hour, high and outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes goes the count to Jude Stewart. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Set from the mound. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Runs the count full at 3 balls and 2 strikes. It's gone from 1-2 to 3-2 for Jude Stewart. Runners at the corners, 3 balls, 2 strikes, the counts, 2 out in the 7th. Here comes the full count pitch. Hit out to second base, scooped up there, throw to first in time for the final out of the ball game. And Valley View, for the 5th consecutive year, will be playing on into the weekend of champions as they punch their ticket to Conway next week with a 4-0 winner over Greene County Tech this afternoon in Benton. Valley View, 5 straight state finals appearances. Again, our final score this afternoon from Everett Field at Benton High School is Valley View 4 and Greene County Tech 0. We're back to wrap it up with the post-game show. Post-game coverage is brought to you by Jonesboro Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, and we'll get it underway after a 1-minute timeout here on the EAB Sports Network.
Tire service for the right tire at the right price right now. Placid Tire Service is the area's biggest selection of in-stock tires at the lowest price. While others are searching for tires to order, we'll get you fixed up with a great set of tires and back on the road in no time with our 4 tires, 1 hour guarantee. Plus, we make the purchase easy on your budget with our Placid Tire Service card or no credit needed financing options. For the right tire at the right price right now, the choice is easy. That's Placid Tire Service.
First Security is about more than great banking. Yes, we provide the financial expertise, digital tools, and everything else you need when you need it. But we also go all in on local support with friendly professionals, plus convenient locations all across the state. Because we believe personal banking is better banking. Visit fsbank.com for details. That's fsbank.com for friendly local banking with First Security. Bank better. Member FDIC.
Getting things started on the Jonesboro Orthopedics and Sports Medicine postgame show. Getting you back to the game for over 40 years as Valley View, for the 5th consecutive year, punches their ticket to the state finals. They'll be in action next weekend in Conway. We'll find out The start times and what day they will play on coming up tomorrow morning. That will be revealed by the Arkansas Activities Association on their social media pages tomorrow morning. You can catch that game along with all of the baseball and softball state finals from Conway next week over on the Ticket Radio Network for the radio broadcast. As we enter into the Jonesboro Orthopedics and Sports Medicine post-game show, where it's time to look at the Glen St. Motors post-game numbers with locations in Rector, Kennett, and Paragould. Visit glensane.com. We'll start first for Greene County Tech. Luke Cancilla led off the game for the Eagles. He finishes 2 for 4 with a couple of singles in the 5th and 7th innings. Sid Palma, meanwhile, goes 1 for 4, reached base safely twice with a single in the 1st and then an error in the 7th. Meanwhile, Cannon Ring was able to get on base with a walk and an HBP, but goes 0 for 2 today. He had a walk in the 1st and then an HBP in the 3rd, but a pop-up and a strikeout to close the day for him this afternoon. Meanwhile, for Jude Stewart, he goes 0 for 4 with a strikeout. Brody Ryan goes 0 for 3 with a strikeout in the 4th, and then it was Hayden Jackson who went 1 for 3 with a single in the 6th inning. Tucker Beasley, meanwhile, reached base safely all 3 plate appearances, 2 for 2 with a ground roll double in the 4th and a single in the 6th. Also walked in the 2nd, went 0 for 3 with Keaton Watson, meanwhile, in the 8-hole, went 0 for 3 with a line out, a pop-up, and a ground out. And then it was Kason Scott in the 9-hole that went 0 for 3. A strikeout, a ground down, and a pop-up for the Greene County Tech center fielder this afternoon. Meanwhile, for Valley View, Drew Gardman from his leadoff spot was able to reach base safely all 4 times. He was hit by a pitch in the 1st, singled in the 2nd, walked in, provided the run in the 4th, and then was hit by a pitch in the 6th inning. Meanwhile, Owen Roach goes 0 for 3 with an HBP today, scored a run off that HBP in the 1st inning. Keaton Mathis, meanwhile, 1 for 4 with an RBI triple in the 4th inning. Then Levi Martin was on base twice tonight, but he goes 0 for 2 with an HBP, reached on a fielder's choice in the 1st, grounded out in the 3rd, then it was hit by a pitch in the 4th inning. Noah Ragsdale, meanwhile, reached on an error in the 1st, was hit by a pitch in the 3rd, and then went 6-3 on a ground ball out in the 4th inning. Jade Taylor, meanwhile, goes 0 for 2 with a walk in the 3rd. Parker King was 0 for 3 with a couple of strikeouts, and Madden Tatum was 1 for 3 with a double and a run scored in the 2nd inning. Cannon Driscoll from the 9-hole reached base safely all 3 times. He reached on a couple of errors in the 2nd and 6th innings and then walked in the 4th inning. Levi Martin went 6 scoreless for Valley View. He gets credited with the win today. Brooks Robinson, who did not give up an earned run but did give up the 3 runs that were unearned, gets credited for the loss this afternoon for Greene County Tech as Valley View moves on to the 5A state finals for the 5th consecutive year. This look ahead brought to you by Vision Care Center. Your road to excellent vision starts at Vision Care in Jonesboro, Paragould, and Pocahontas. We'll find out tomorrow morning when Valley View will play in the 5A state finals. The Weekend of Champions will come up next weekend, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday at Conway, so it could be any of those 3 days. But we do know the opponent that they will play, and it will be determined here in the next 2 to 3 hours in this next 5A state semifinal game, which should be getting underway just a little after 2:30 this afternoon. And they will be between the 3 seed out of the East Marion and the 4 seed out of the Central BB. They will meet Valley View. The winner of this game will meet Valley View next weekend down in Conway. Appreciate everyone who's been a part of the broadcast today. Dustin Sullivan producing back for us in the studio. The Blazer News Network crew getting the stream off and going this afternoon. We'll be back in action coming up next weekend in Conway. We'll have all of the baseball and softball state championship games for you on the Ticket Radio Network. But until then, for everyone that's been a part of this broadcast, I'm Kate Carlton saying so long, and we'll talk to you next weekend.